YouTube, my name is Devin and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a video that I have been waiting literally all year to do, and that is my 2015 reading wrap-up and the New Year's book tag. I am incredibly excited to do this because I didn't really realize how much I had read until I pulled out all the books and made a big pile. First I'm going to show you the wrap-up of everything that I read in 2015, and my original reading goal was 35 books and I ended up reading 38, so I'm really happy about that. And I'm pretty sure in 2014 I read 25 books, so I read so much more this year than I did in 2014, and I'm really happy about that. So I'm going to be showing you every book that I read this year, and I have most of them, but the ones that I don't have I'll just insert a picture of. And so let's get started from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. The first book I read was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling. Shopaholic Takes Manhattan by Sophie Kinsella. Macbeth by William Shakespeare. My True Love Gave to Me, edited by Stephanie Perkins. The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. Shark Girl by Kelly Bingham. The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. Princess Decomposure and Count Spatula by Andy Watson. The Bad Beginning by Lemony Snicket. The Reptile Room by Lemony Snicket. The Wide Window by Lemony Snicket. The Miserable Mill by Lemony Snicket. The Austere Academy by Lemony Snicket. Why Can't He Be Mine by Alison Strickland. Saint Anything by Sarah Dessen. Kokopelli Casanova of the Cliff Dwellers by John V. Young. The Ersatz Elevator by Lemony Snicket. Mireille by Molly Cochran. Perfect Chemistry by Simone Alcaraz. Bless the Beasts and the Children by Glendon Swarthout. The Vile Village by Lemony Snicket. The Hostile Hospital by Lemony Snicket. The Carnivorous Carnival by Lemony Snicket. The Wanderer by Sharon Creech. Smile by Raina Telgemeier. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban by J.K. Rowling. Chosen the Graphic Novel by Ted Dekker. Strengthen What Remains by Tracy Kidder. The Martian by Andy Weir. The Home for Wayward Supermodels by Pamela Satrin. Infidel the Graphic Novel by Ted Dekker. Beowulf, translated by Burton Raffel. The Future of Us by Jay Asher and Carolyn Mackler. The Undertaking of Lily Chen by Danica Novgorodov. Life and Death, Twilight Reimagined by Stephanie Meyer. Homeless Bird by Gloria Wellen. The Gifting by K.E. Ganshert. And 1984 by George Orwell. I am so happy about all the books that I read in 2015, and I can't wait to read even more in 2016. This has been such a great reading year for me because it's the year I really got back into reading, and I really made it a priority in my life to read as much as I could whenever I could, and to just read at least a little bit every day. Now I'm going to be doing the New Year's book tag, which was originally created by Little Red Reader. Question number 1. Midnight. What book kept you up all night until you finished it in 2015? I definitely know which one I have to pick for this, and it is The Gifting by K.E. Ganshert. I just finished reading this book. A lady from my church lent me her Kindle so that I could read this series, and oh my goodness, I could not put it down. Like, I had school the next day, I had church the next day, whatever. I could not put this book down because I would be like, I need to see what happens in this chapter, and then this chapter, and then this chapter. And it was just a vicious cycle of sleeplessness. Question 2. Fireworks. What was your favorite book you read in 2015? For this one, I can easily say that it was The Martian by Andy Weir. I did an entire book review on this book because I was just so pumped when I finished reading it. I went and saw the movie with my mom. I made my mom learn everything about the movie and just told her everything that they got right and wrong in the movie. I have that booked movie review in that video as well. I can link that down below. But this book just really made me get into sci-fi and realize that there's this whole genre of books that I'm not reading that I should be. Number 3, New Year's Kiss. What was your favorite romance of 2014? And this is actually Perfect Chemistry by Simone Alcaraz. I read this book on my Nook when my family was on a cross-country RV trip this summer, and it was such a good romance book. It has a very cheesy title, but the story is not cheesy. Number 4, Countdown. What was your most anticipated release in 2015? And this one is easy. That would have to be Life and Death, Twilight Reimagined by Stephanie Meyer. Because what fan of Twilight wasn't excited for this to come out and wasn't excited to read this? And it definitely did not let me down. Number 5, Resolutions. What genre do you want to try and read more of in 2016? It is definitely sci-fi and also fantasy because I mostly read contemporary and classics and just general YA, and I want to kind of branch out into sci-fi and fantasy more in this next year. Number 6, Auld Lang Syne. What's a book you've read so many times it's practically a pastime? This one is really easy for me because I've probably read this book 10 times, and it is Homeless Bird by Gloria Whelan. And honestly, I've read this book literally just so many times. Before Goodreads was a thing, before BookTube was a thing, before any of it, I just read this book over and over and over again because the culture in it just fascinated me, and it still does. I just reread it again because I just love it so much. And lastly, number 7 is Times Square Ball Drop. Everyone's tuning in. What book do you want to recommend that others read in 2016? If you saw my last book review, you would know that this is 1984 by George Orwell. I cannot get over this book. It is still occupying my thoughts. It was just such a powerful book that I cannot get it out of my mind, and I just need everyone to know about this book, and if you know about it, then I need you to read it. And if you've read it, I need you to talk to me about it because I need to discuss this. That's all for the New Year's tag. I tag anybody who wants to do it. I don't want to do too many tag videos on my channel, but I thought this one was just perfect for this video because it's also just kind of wrapping up what I read in 2015 and just kind of commemorating everything that I read. I saw on Goodreads they showed, what book you rated the highest and the lowest and the shortest book and the longest book, and I just think that's really interesting because it's like you're on a reading journey all through the year, and then in January you get to start the journey all over again. In 2016, I'm going to set my reading goal for 35 books once again because I will be starting college next year, and I don't know how demanding that's going to be. Like, I have no idea what to expect. So I don't want to say that I'm going to read like 40 books or 45 books and like bump it up even more because I don't know if I will. If I read more than 35 books, great, but I just want to try to read at least 35. I also really want to grow my YouTube channel in 2016. I just started it in August of 2015 and I feel like I already have a decent amount of subscribers, and I feel like I'm really comfortable in front of the camera, and I feel like I'm just talking about something that I love, so it makes it even easier. So if you're not already and you liked this video, then subscribe to my channel and you can join me on my reading journey in 2016. That's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!